Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Luke here. Gonna run through these trades today that I took. We took 3 trades. We took 2 on NQ and then we took 1 on ES. Weird day today. I caught a partial on an eval, and then we ended up taking a win, but it really wasn't where we wanted it to go to. And then I think it ended up actually running down there now. And then on ES, we took a break even. Just really wasn't a fan of price. But coming into the market today, price was holding within this hourly bullish fair value gap. And then right as market opened, it came down and swept out this hourly low. So from there, I was looking for price to rotate back up. Either look for continuations lower or for price to rotate back up and at least take out this hourly high. And then I wanted to see price come up to this 4-hour bearish gap up here. So after market open, I kind of seen price starting to shift, and we had this lower time frame liquidity sweep right here, and then obviously we swept out those hourly lows. So from here we had a 3-minute inverted fair value gap. So we ran through this bearish gap, and then we came back in and we retested it. So I took entry right after this candle closed right here. The 937 candle got a little bit of a late fill right around here, stops below this wick down here, and I was targeting one take profit back at these hourly highs right there. And then I left a runner, or the other half of the trade, I want to see it come up potentially into this 4-hour gap or CE or something like that. But the rest of that got stopped out break even. And that was a risky trade. I don't like taking trades before like 945, 950. So I just took that one on an eval and ended up walking away with half. That was on Top Step X. And I put the screenshot of the trade in the Discord. I'll show you guys later. The rest have the executions on. So after that, I ended up taking a trade on ES. So ES was showing a little bit more signs of bearish price action. We actually inversed this bullish fair value gap. We were retesting it. I wanted to see price actually come lower on ES. So we did have a somewhat of a reversal happening though. So price was respecting this bullish fair value gap. I wanted to see ES come lower, like I said, but at the time it was respecting this hourly bullish fair value gap, and NQ was showing strength, and NQ looked like at that time that it was going to come up and retake out those highs. So we ended up scaling down at this point right here, and we were looking kind of for an inverted fair value gap or something, an entry just to take up to the AM highs. Because I'm like, if NQ rips up, ES is probably going to at least come up and take out these AM highs. Like ES is a lot further down, but ES should be able to at least come up and take out those AM highs. So on the 2-minute, which was the highest time frame inversion, like we scaled from the 5, and on top, I forgot also to mention we were respecting this 15-minute bullish fair value gap right here. So we dug into this 15-minute gap. We're in an hourly bullish fair value gap. We went down to the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, and then we finally see an inverted fair value gap. So we enter right after this 2-minute candle closes and inverses this bearish gap. I put my stops below the 2-minute wick, and I was targeting pretty much main take profit at these AM highs, and then I was just going to let it run from there. So as soon as this candle was bullish, I just locked the stop loss in at break even just to manage it, because at this same time NQ, so this was at 10 o'clock, NQ had taken out the highs. So right there, as you can see, NQ had already ripped over top of the highs. So I figured ES might want to reverse, just to be safe, move the stop loss into break even, which is what I did. So as you can see, we got taken out 6405, which was my entry. So we got taken out break even there, but that first take profit would have been 1.42R. I wanted this high. We got super close, just didn't end up taking take profit, so that's unfortunate, but break even. So good management on that one. So at this point we have one break even, or not one break even, we have one break even, and then we have a partial win on the eval. And at this point I was still looking for a trade, and I seen the market starting to shift down at this point. So on the hourly, again, NQ had swept out these highs, and it started to respect bearish order flow. I found that I was trying to force longs because I really wanted to see this gap up here get filled. But on the 5-minute, price ends up pushing down, and then it taps into this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. So from here at this point, as NQ's tapping into this gap, this is at 10:15. ES is showing how weak it's being, and it's heading towards London low at this point. So this is where ES is. ES is super close to taking out London low and Asia low and all that. So I'm figuring ES is most likely just going to dump down and take that out. NQ is probably going to at least want to come down and fill in this gap or something like that. So we're respecting this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. So I end up just scaling down and looking for an entry. So I enter off of this 1-minute break of structure right here at 10:21. I put my stops above the 5-minute bearish fair value gap, and I end up actually closing the trade out right here. Let me see. Yeah, 23,559.50. This was across 4 or 5 accounts. I can't remember what I did. I think it was no, it was 4 accounts. So yeah, this was across 4 accounts and eval. So I ended up closing it out here, and the reason why was because this was at 1025, and if you look at ES at the same time at 1025, where would that be? 1025. ES had already taken out London and Asia low, so I figured there was a possibility that like an SMT could occur, like ES swept the low, NQ hasn't swept all the way down there. I'm like probably an SMT or something's gonna happen, and luckily I did manage it because I would have gotten taken out break even right here. Again, it would have ran down and hit my full take profit eventually, but I mean I'm happy to walk away with this. I wasn't a fan of PA at all. Again, so execution's on. You can see that again. We had that trade after market open right here off the 3-minute inverted fair value gap, targeting up to the hourly highs. Took half off, and then rest got stopped out break even. Then we had the ES trade on the 2-minute inverted fair value gap, targeting these highs as NQ was ripping up. That one got stopped out break even, and then finally we come back to NQ. We flip the bias to bearish. 5-minute bearish fair value gap, 1-minute break of structure. We're targeting down there. Again, I just lock in stop loss break even, and I just take profits fully at this point right here, because ES had already taken out London and Asia low, and I didn't want to see prices go against me at this point, especially after taking 2 trades prior. So I'm happy to walk away with this scalp. But that's gonna wrap it up for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Give me a like, subscribe, comment on the video. Check the links in my description if you guys are interested in the free Discord. Everything's in here. Like I said, there's the top step trade. Everything, when I say I'm entering it, I show you guys exactly what I'm looking for in the middle of the trade. Everything live, so check that out. But until the next one, I'll see you guys then. Peace.